So, hey guys, and welcome to XP11. So, today, taking flights in Norwegian colours on the routes London Gatwick to Copenhagen Kastrup. So, flight time today, just shy of 2 hours, about 1 hour and 50 minutes. And should be a decent one. We are flying the Zibo 737, so an aircraft that I do have a soft spot for. Although, I'll be honest, it has been a little while since I last flew the 737, so fingers crossed I remember what I'm doing. But, like I say, I don't normally have any problems with this aircraft, so we shall get straight into that. First things first, we'll line the IRS, make sure that system starts to run. Head over to the FMS and get that aligned as well. So, we're at Gatwick, Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. We'll bring that information over, and we'll allow that to start alignment. Shouldn't take too long. 8 minutes today. Welcome Sanjay, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Welcome Ethan, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. Bring a shot myself so I can see what's going on. Perfect. So, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully all is well. Let's bring up the airport information as well. So, Echo Kilo Kilo, and bring our destination as well. Echo Kilo Charlie Hotel. We'll refresh the information, and we'll start programming our flights. So, Gatwick to Copenhagen. Flight number is Delta 829 something, 2902. Program that. Company route, we'll plug it in manually. Now, runway for departure today is 26 left. Just quickly confirm that on the weather information. Winds at 8 knots, 230. Cav okay. So there's no clouds at the moment, completely clear skies. 230 winds, I mean that 26 left will be our runway of choice. That looks good to me. So, let's start our boarding process. Let's start getting our passengers on board. How do I get X-Plane on phone? The only X-Plane on mobile is the X-Plane Mobile, which is based on X-Plane 10. But there's no real X-Plane 11 like this on mobile. But there is X-Plane on mobile. If you're on Androids or iOS, just search X-Plane into the store, and you should be able to find it at relative ease. PAX recent updates now actually includes SimBrief data as the start flight panel, so it's got the information in correctly. It's also got the passenger count, well, passenger count set menu is 183. Departure time will be in 18 minutes, 17 by the time I finish this. Aircraft has got Wi-Fi, does not have well, it has kind of got in-flight entertainment Norwegian. They have got the TV screens that open up above you, and do play some shows on that, but there's no IFE system as they have it traditionally, so we won't go for that. Welcome Conductor, how you doing? Conductor Hull, welcome to the channel. We have got briefing. I don't think we've got boarding music, it's still just Qantas and Ryanair at the moment. Snacks and drinks and meals. They have got meal service, they have got snacks and drinks, so we shall start with that. Doing a flight from Stansted to Skiathos on the 737 Jet 2. Sounds good. Dash 800 or Dash 300? Which one are you using today? Or even a 200. Norwegian, sorry, Jet 2 did used to have them until very recently, actually. Right, passengers are boarding. We now shall do the rest. Fueling will be another thing that takes a couple of minutes, so we'll do that now. We'll call the fuel truck over. Also make sure that the aircraft has been fully loaded. There should be more than 0 on the payload. Yeah, there is some weight in there, so we won't touch the payload screen. But fuel-wise, we do need to put something in, so... it's very interesting. Actually, we need to take stuff out. 199. And payloads. What's the current weight? We'll convert that to kilos and sort it all out. Very, very odd. Restore defaults. We'll do that. Put the weight up a little bit, and we'll do this through here because I'm not sure why this is being a bit funny today. Apply changes. Problem solved. Right. So yeah, no fuel truck today. We'll just plug it in like this. Bit of a cheat way of doing it, but hey. Reserves 1.1. See what you guys are saying as well. Sorry. Welcome Kevin, how you doing? I'm not doing too bad myself. Wednesday evening, it's the middle of the week for me. Likewise, this is a completely fresh reinstall system. I have done a complete system reinstall, meaning that hopefully things will be running better than they ever have in the past. So that I am very pleased with. It's taken a few days, which is the reason why I didn't stream it on the weekend. But now that it's all sorted and everything's back to normal, I should have my schedule back in action. Right, that's all set. Let's plug in our route, shall we? A few waypoints today, starting off with, let's grab the current flights. Where are you gone? There you go. Starting off with Frayne. Not in database. What a great start. Okay, do we have lager? We have got lager. Okay, so I need to figure out how our departure is going to work then. If we don't have the Frayne waypoint, we don't have the SID either. Sorry, it's Papa 144. To Gollum. Just checking. Passengers are boarding, right? It's been very quiet right now. Yeah, they are all boarding. Make sure it's all set up properly. The audio, 15%. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard this flight 2902 from Gatwick to Copenhagen. Flight time today is 1 hour and 50 minutes, and we are just in the final stages of boarding, so we ask you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the flights. There's a very basic flight introduction there on PAX, but hopefully it should play it back for me. Public address, general. It does, it's just very quiet. It's a bit of a buggy way of doing things, but hey, if it works, it works. It's going to do the same flight with you, but then thought the stream was cancelled. Yeah, I had a few explainy bugs at the start, but that's all resolved now. Norwegian flight to Gatwick, not Heathrow. They never have, and they very likely never will, given that Heathrow is a very expensive airport to fly from. To Amram, sorry. Following Amram, it's Lima 983 to, oops, Bavta. After Bavta, it's Tango 56 to Tespi. While we then come into land. Activate that, execute that. Let's see what I can do with our departures. 26 left, supposedly on a Frayne 1 X-ray. We don't have a Frayne 1 X-ray. What does a Lambon do to us? Ah, we don't have a map yet. Okay, we'll program our departure as soon as the map's loaded up. We stick on the legs page, at least we can do that. IRS is ready in 1 minute, it's not too long to go. We'll secure the cockpit door now. And we shall continue the rest of the setup. No worries, Kevin. See you in a bit. Welcome, Goran. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. What are you guys talking about? Can you hook you up with MS 2020? With Bootcamp? No. I said you can't get FS 2020 with Bootcamp because it's not an application. It's not an executable. It's a Windows application. So, no. FS 2020 will not be Mac compatible, nor can I get you a copy of any sort, I'm afraid. Right, we'll start up the yaw dampener, we'll turn on everything now. Fuel pumps we can now turn on as well, since the aircraft has refueled. We have got centre fuel, not much of it, but there is something there. And as a result, seatbelt sign can now turn on. Let's bring on the overlay as well, since we always like that. Seatbelt sign will turn on as well. Thank you very much. Currently the Atlantic. Ooh, very nice. In the 767. Right, I was going to see what a Lambo on the patch did, didn't I? Just getting plan modes. Hang on. 26 left. There we go. Via Lamborn or Biggin we might be able to get away with. That does it. That does do it for us. So I think we'll program that. The departure out over here is nice. Sounds good. Chicago's a very nice airport actually, I must admit. It's a very nice one to fly through. Initialization, that's all set. M1 limits. Takeoff. Use 10 degrees of flaps. Center gravity all set hopefully. If not, we'll plan that all manually. 125.16138. So not a very fast takeoff today.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I would love to welcome you aboard our flight. When you find your seat, please be sure
there you go.
to place
Cabin
your
crew now
larger
doing their
carry-on
introduction.
items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in a front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bins. If you have any trouble finding a location for your carry-on items, please let a flight attendant
Cruising
know.
at 310 today.
If the overhead bin is full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items
And
are put away so
rotate
that the aisle is
is
clear and other passengers can make their way to their
and 1
seats.
minute takeoff.
If you're in an emergency
1,
exit
2,
row, please
6.
leave the exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We ask that larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate.
That's that all set. Let's now start with our active aircraft. So turn on the APU. Bring power into the aircraft now. We'll cut ourselves from all ground requirements. We'll turn on the steady, not strobe lights, sorry, anti-collision lights. All looks good to us. We're on 12.8 Unicom. Just confirmed there's no active control at the moment. Which, well, we got Stansted Tower. We got Stansted Approach. We got Heathrow Tower, but nobody right now at Gatwick. So we'll keep it on 1228, and we'll also make sure that we are squawking 2000 for controllerless flights. Oops, make sure my overlay is in the right order. Should be like that. That's better. Right, APU starting up. Well, APU is active. Prepare onto that. APU bleeds on. Turn off the ground power, and we'll disconnect from that. So disconnects GPU. Doors are all secure, so we can now get rid of all the ground handling vehicles. Okay, just the two conveyor belts there. We'll start our flight on Project Flight, so you guys can track me as well on that. Thank you very much. And hopefully, we'll now be in the very final stages of pushback and departure. Welcome, Adam, how are you doing? Let's head over to the weather information again. QNH 1019. Make sure that we're actually on the QNH page, or setting, sorry. Where's the click spot for it? There. Whoops. Ah, there it is, sorry. That makes more sense. 1019. Yeah, that looks like we are now ready for push and start. Look at the weather right now. Broken clouds is 2,800 at Copenhagen. So hopefully the weather will keep us going a little bit longer. Let's prepare and push back. And let's get ready to depart. Runway 26 left, so you're going to push up to the right anyway. Go back, go to ground services, and better push back. we'll request it.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
We'll start the strobe lights now that we are ready to engine start the part. We'll turn on the logo lights as well since the sun is set. Make sure we are pressurised up to 31,000. Can't forget doing that. One quick final check of the overhead. Make sure everything's in order, which it is. I am happy with that. Welcome NZ, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. How are you today? Yeah, I'm not sure what the trim's going to be like, so we will set manual trim to about there. 4.5 is usually standard for that. Pushback tugs now connected to the aircraft. Everything looking all ready to go. Next thing I need to do is engine startup.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
The jet bridge will eventually pull away. That's it's not. It's autogate, isn't it? Yeah, it's not SAM. It's autogate. So that will just disappear on its own accords once it's ready. Using flap 10 takeoff, which I'm fine with. 126 rotate, which is fine. Yeah, it's gonna be a very, very standard takeoff today. And once I'm in the air, there's also one other thing I want to sort out the flight plan as well. There is one way we can cut a few minutes off our schedule and use it as a time-saving measure for us. Which, if there's no ATC,
Connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake's released. There you go. That's how I'm going to move. Which hopefully for us means that we can use it as a time-saving measure.
Pushback, and you may start engine.
That's now going to move. Engine startup ready. So engine 2 set to ground. Watch the
We're ready to go
N2.
when you are.
Engine
Good evening,
2
ladies and
starts.
gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 2902 with service to Copenhagen. Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 53 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
Engine 2 has started. Engine 1 will now start.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Wait for the N1 to, N2 to 18. I might turn down the PAX volume slightly, just because it is a little bit loud at the moment.
Mine damer og herrer, vi vil nå demonstrere våre sikkerhetsrutiner for vår flytype
That should
Boeing
do.
737-800. Vennligst følg nøye med. Vi ber om at all håndbagasje blir plassert i bagasjehyllene over eller under setet foran dere. Til de som sitter på første rad eller ved en av våre nødutganger over vingene, ber vi om at alle løse gjenstander blir lagt opp
Flaps
til
down to
bagasjehyllene.
10.
Setebeltet festes ved å føre den flate metalldelen inn i beltespenn. Dra i endestykket for å stramme til. Beltet løsnes.
Systems check, make sure everything is active. Elevators fine. Aileron spoilers fine. We'll set the parking brake. Check the rudder.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Rudder is fine. Back to engine information. Pass the engines. Switch to bleeds. Packs on. APU off. We'll start the transponder. Given that again there's no ATC or aircraft near me, so we should be alright with that. Welcome Basil, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat, how are you doing today? Alright, so we're waiting for the pushback tug now to disconnect from us. Hand signal will be on the right. And so we can then start our taxi. Like I said, it'll be a sunset departure today. Sun is low over the horizon. Right there. I'm not doing too bad. I'm not doing too bad. Should be a rather nice stream tonight.
Det er en flytevest under ditt sete. Ved en eventuell nødlanding på vann, ta flytevesten ut av emballasjen, Dra vesten over hodet, før beltet rundt livet, og fest i spennen foran. Dra i endestykket for å stramme. Lås opp vesten i det du forlater flyet, ved å
And
dra i de to
perfect.
røde stroppene. Vesten kan
Tax
også
lights
låses opp
active,
ved
parking
hjelp
brakes
av de to
released.
røde munnstykkene. En lampe tennes
Let's go make way to
automatisk
the
når
runway.
batteriet kommer i kontakt med vann. Dersom flytevesten benyttes av et lite barn, trekk kun i den ene stroppen for å blåse opp vesten. Det er ikke tillatt å røyke om bord på våre fly.
Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated.
Varslere er installert på alle toalettene. Elektronisk utstyr som inneholder sendere og mottakere er ikke tillatt, da disse kan innvirke på flyets systemer. Vi ber om at utstyr som inneholder
There's a bus
settes
sitting
i
right
dette
there.
nå, og slås
Hopefully
helt av under
not in
avgang
our
og
way.
landing. Alt annet elektronisk
plenty of
utstyr
space to the
skal være
sides.
slått av så lenge skiltet med
Alright,
fest
down
setebelte
taxiway
er
Mike.
tennet.
And that right there is the runway. So, yeah, very short
Slå opp
taxi.
bordplaten
Departure
og
expected in
fest
7
setebelte.
seconds, according to the bottom of the screen.
Se
So,
at armlenene er
we're
nede,
bang on time right now.
og vindusskjermene er åpne. All
We
sikkerhetsinformasjon
will
står
announce that we're
beskrevet på
departing, just in case there's
sikkerhetskortet
any
som du finner i
approaching
stolen
traffic at the
foran deg.
moment.
Vi takker så mye for din oppmerksomhet, og ønsker deg en fin tur med oss i Norwegian.
Let's pop up IVO. Departing runway 26 left, Echo Golf Kilo Kilo. Give it a few seconds, wait for someone to call back. There's no aircraft on approach from what I can see, nobody out on the other sides. Landing lights active, taxi lights off, cabin lights dimmed, as you expect for the nighttime flights. Make sure that the rejected takeoff brakes are set, which they are. Let's get going, shall we? Engines up 50%. Both engines are stable. Let's get going.
knots.
80 knots. V1 rotates.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Fuel lights on, which means Tense tank is now empty. Pretty much straight onto that.
400.
400s. Flaps up to 5. A little more upwards trim, please. Brakes set. Gears locked.
1000.
Fuel lights active, so I'll turn off the centre fuel pumps. 1000. VNav, LNav set. Whoops. Fly directors approach to turn out on the ground. VNav, LNav set. Autopilot active. Flaps still at 5 degrees. And just to our north, you can see the M25 curve around and some of the city lights of London. Very beautiful. There we go. Flaps up 1. And flaps up. So if I want to turn on the checklist again, there we go. It's a very awkward click spot that. Sometimes, like right now, my mouse can't detect it, but sometimes you click on it and it just appears magically in front of you. Alright, so initial climb of 4000, we'll fly through the SIDS, and eventually, once we reach the waypoint of Nexox, we can get up to 5000. Up to 6 certs Lamborn, and then climb to Lager. And again, with the sunset this evening, I'm expecting some rather pretty sights. especially as the City of London behind us as well. Uh, 220 knots at the moment. It's not the fastest departure in the world, but hey, what can you expect? So, how are you guys doing? How are you doing today watching the stream? Hopefully get a few more people tuning in as the flight goes on, but as always, Wednesday streams can be a little quiet, so I'm not too fussed about it today. If we head over to the FMS, if we then go straight to Lambourne, that allows us to climb a little bit as well, 6,000. There we go. And about 25 miles. We'll leave the Lambourne waypoints and fly direct to, well, Laga's our next waypoint, it's 241 miles away. Gosh, without that first point, it's really a massive jump, isn't it? But yeah, straight to Laga, and then onwards to Copenhagen. Now, as you can see, there is a really funky dip there, near where that AMRAM waypoint is. So I might, or probably will, jump that. Go a bit more direct, but we'll see how the flight goes. Altimeter standards. You get a very pretty sight this actually. Got the River Thames right below us. You've got Canary Wharf where the nose is. To the left of that you can see City of London as well, skyscrapers. London City Airport directly below. I'm rather surprised this is even a departure out of Gatwick. Very low, crossing right into the path of London Heathrow traffic. What is this, the Lambourne? Oh, you can't see it anymore. Okay, well, whatever it was, Lambourne something another. It's a very, very risky departure. I mean, Lambourne is usually used as a Heathrow departure option, so again, interesting that is an option for us. Right, we'll go straight direct now to Laga then. We'll start climbing out of here as well. I mean, Heathrow Airport should be visible to us. Yes, it is, right there. London Heathrow Airports.
aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you will be required.
There goes top climb, 80 miles ahead of us. A
complimentary
little bit of turbulence there, a little bit of shadow from the aircraft.
Connect to the Wi-Fi
We've
to
just
find
passed
out more
10,000, so landing lights can come off, as is logo lights.
Turbulence. We have an excellent team on board today, and we are all happy to offer you
Very nice. So, at this point, now there's nothing for me to do until top of the descent, so this is the long and slow bit of the flights. We will turn off seatbelt signs since there's nothing going on at the moment, so off on the top, off on packs. Meal service and snacks will be handed out during the flights. Cabin crew will be doing that automatically.
Once turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, you can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when needed in case of unexpected turbulence.
That will do. Yeah, I've been on, like I said, I've flown Norwegian I've flown Norwegian once in the past. That was in 2018. The flights from Helsinki to London Gatwick. I was supposed to fly them again in January of this year. Again, Helsinki to Gatwick, but due to the fact that Norwegian have not received their 737 MAX aircraft and very likely never will, I do hope they stay afloat, but as an airline, their finances are very, very crippled at the moment. Yeah, I do hope that they do get their MAXs at some point. But as a result, I then flew with jet time instead in 737-700. Tiny little aircraft, certainly not fun. Unfortunately, jet time actually went bust a week ago. So the airline that I flew with from Helsinki to Gatwick on the supposedly Norwegian flights, that no longer operates, no longer exists. So a new airline in the jet time name will form as a result. We'll see how that one works, but certainly was a sad bit of news for me when I heard it. It was a decent enough airline, nothing particularly wrong with it. I did miss the standard free Wi-Fi Norwegian offer on their flights, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. I didn't even know Norwegian Wi-Fi was free until I boarded the aircraft, and about 10 minutes after departure, spotted the Wi-Fi pop up asking do I want to connect to it. Right, passing now through 195, 19,500. Not too far now until cruise. It's only 310 today, so it's not the highest altitude ever, but certainly enough to get us going. So 20,000 now, 11,000 more to go. 110. And again, the 737, the workhorse of the skies. Absolutely love this aircraft. So far so good. Passenger satisfaction 97%, which is nice and high. Always good to see it. Expects arrival 1 hour and 40 minutes, give or take a few, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that. And hopefully, like I say, we'll do a look at the flight plan and we'll try and get a direct points here and just try and skip a few miles. At the moment, apparently there is 0 winds whatsoever. Normally the wind speed comes to life at this point, but not at the moment. Welcome Plane Fan, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. You love Zibo 737. Same here. It's a fantastic aircraft. And once Microsoft Flight Simulator releases in a couple of weeks, one that I'll be sad to say goodbye to. I mean, I won't say bye to it immediately. I'm sure that it will take a couple of weeks for PMD to release their 737. But I'm sure once PMDG do release their aircraft, yeah, it will be a game changer. New simulator, new aircraft, new platform. I am very excited for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it's only a few weeks away. But for now, the Zibo will keep things smooth. You excited for a Microsoft Flight Simulator plane fan? I mean, like I say, I'm certainly know I am. Next generation of flight simulation right on our doorstep. So close now. So close. Alright, we're about to pass through 30,000. Currently it's 295 and then you're 300. That puts us just a couple of meters essentially away now from our top of cruise. Sun is still setting to our left.
1,000 to go.
1,000 to go, there we go. It will be a nighttime landing by the time we do get to Copenhagen. That's pretty much a given at this point. Again, looking out at the world below, especially as the sun starts to set, it's going to be beautiful. Right, welcome to cruise. Foxtrot Juliet Kilo, the tailcoat of this aircraft, is the aircraft I flew from Helsinki last 2 summers ago. Let's say, flew Norwegian Airlines. They're a good enough airline. I even did a triple actually on that flight as well. Talked about the airline, services included. It's a very nice airline, Norwegian. They do offer you a lot for new tickets, and they're not too expensive either. I mean, I wouldn't mind there being cheaper options to Finland from the UK. It's not a cheap one to fly to. Normally I can get, say, Oslo. Maybe I'll look into that next time. As I say, normally I get somewhere like Oslo or Stockholm for £20 return. The cheapest I can get Helsinki, 60, 70, £80 return, sometimes 100. So if I could possibly even try and combine it with a stopover, so fly to Oslo, spend an hour or two there, fly to Helsinki, it might even be cheaper that way. The revenue says Helsinki. Last time I did Finland, I actually flew to Lappeenranta from London via Milan. So I flew London to Milan Bergamo, and then from Milan Bergamo I flew up to Lappeenranta. So that was a bit of a indirect route going all across Europe for that. But it did lead to a relatively fun joke. So I had breakfast in London, I had lunch in the Italian Alps, I had dinner in Finland, in the Nordic countries. So That was a bit of fun. I love travelling. I really do. So, snacks and drink service has now started. At the bottom you can see that's taking place. And hopefully, I mean, I am now streaming on Facebook as well. It's a new platform that I was given the option to stream on. I'm not sure if it's a thing to stay or if it's just a temporary solution, but hopefully it is one that is going to stay because I do like it. Facebook streaming platform, it is growing. Still a shame that Mixer went down the drain, but Mixer, it had its problems. It wasn't the perfect platform. The way they tried to grow their users was a bit of a... yeah, it had its problems, to say the least. So fingers crossed, Facebook will be a decent platform to stream on. YouTube and Twitch, I'd like to keep going as well. Keep going, keep growing. But we'll see how things go. Like I say, right now cruising altitude 310. We are soon going to leave the United Kingdom. Whereabouts are we right now? Soon be leaving the UK over Norwich. There it is. After leaving Norwich, we'll fly on a straight line path basically. So you're going to cross over across Denmark. I might even kiss the northern border of Germany, but we'll see how that goes. Now, about this flight plan of mine, I say there's a shortcut which I'm willing to take, and that is skipping all of this nonsense, going straight to Bevel. Let's take that and do that. I mean, if you look at how that goes now, just a few steps. Rather than doing this random southerly drop or going back north again, I don't even know if I can go one further than Bevel. I could even go to, what is that? Gigots. That works even better for us. I mean, I'm sure winds aren't going to be too much of a problem, because even now we're still detecting no wind at cruise, which is just crazy. There's no way the world is this calm right now. But that's as a way to save a few minutes. Now our arrival, as it stands, is going to be on runway 30. Check weather, see if that still holds. 250. So yeah, runway 30 does still hold. Normally it'll be on 22 left, 22 right, but we can do that. Interesting. Yeah, we'll go runway 30. If they change us with an active control tower, we can always do a switch. ILS 30 via the Tepsi to Delta. Program that. And that will do. So that's our flight plan now all sorted. And so that's his like I said, that's now pretty much my part done. The aircraft knows what it's doing. Passengers are happy right now. 100% satisfaction actually, right at the bottom there. That's very good. You can't really see that to the overlay, but 100% satisfaction. Let me just adjust that slightly so you guys can see the numbers a bit better. There, perfect. Passengers are happy, I'm happy, sun's looking beautiful, the world's looking beautiful today. I can finally rest myself a little bit. Now, I have flown Copenhagen to London myself once, but I flew from London Stansted to Copenhagen, not Gatwick. Flew the flights in... I'm trying to remember, was that before or after New Year? I think it was in November, actually. Let's have a look. See in one of my old itinerary emails. Copenhagen. Travel itinerary. It was flown in November. Saturday, 16th of November. London Stansted to Copenhagen Terminal 2. I then took a train down to Hamburg in Germany. So there used to be a train that crossed the sea between Denmark and Germany via Puttgarden. So that was a ferry. The train would drive to a station, stop, wait for the boats to arrive, and then the tracks would align, allowing the train to drive onto the boats. It's a surreal experience, one that unfortunately no longer operates anymore as the train takes a different route instead. But train boarded the ferry, we took a boat across, and I was recommended to have a spaghetti bolognese on the boat, which actually was rather alright. A bit salty for my liking, but not one to complain. So we went across on the boats, and then went back onto the train. The train drove off the boat and continued to Hamburg. It was a surreal experience, one that I very much enjoyed. Didn't do a video on though, didn't get enough content in to actually do something on it, and it was nighttime outside, so you can't see anything anyway. But I tried, I failed, it didn't work. Certainly, there's a lot that I do enjoy. Maybe I will go back to... I will go back to Copenhagen at some point. I definitely need to return to Hamburg. The only thing I did there was Miniature Wonderland, which is the miniature cities that they've got and built. I need to return to that and do it properly, because I kind of went in very late evening just before they all closed down. I got 2 or 3 hours in, but I wouldn't mind a bit longer. I need to do a few other things in Hamburg as well, so I'm going to definitely return there at some point in the future. Copenhagen, I think I might do a day trip or a weekend trip with my mother at some point. We'll just go around the city, look around at stuff. And, yeah. See where else the world takes me. I need to go to Dublin as well. Despite the fact that I live in the UK and have done all these trips, if there's one country I've never visited, it's the Republic of Ireland. Unfortunately, the ROE is a very pleasant very pleasant place to visit nowadays. Yeah, historical ties between the British and the Irish have never been so straightforward, but nowadays things at least are looking a lot cleaner. And well, you go to Ireland, first things first, you have a pint of Guinness. One thing you have to do there, pretty much. Alright, next waypoint Lager, coming up in a couple of miles. We're cut to a third of our way into the flight now, so that's making decent progress. ETA at 20 past 9 UK time, so just under an hour away. Ooh, and it is quite late at the moment. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for dinner today. What time do they close? 11 PM, okay, so there's a option. Yeah, perfect, that'll do me. I might even pop into the supermarket as well. Check IVA quickly, there's a few messages coming in. There's a Pakistani International Airlines flight currently in well, someone nearby. I'm not quite sure where exactly. I think that might even be Heathrow, but as you know, PIA can't actually fly into Europe anymore until they sort out their pilots issue. There's a Ryanair in the air as well, 66 Delta. You're flying into Bristol by the looks of things. And that's about it. There's a PIA and there's a Ryanair in the airspace around me. Everything else nice and quiet. Sun's about to set, so I am going to start turning up the panel brightness now, just so I can spot what I'm doing. Don't need too much flood lighting, just panel lighting today. Oops. And the overheads, that is there. Sun currently very low on the horizon, maybe about 30 minutes tops until that sets. Just doing a bit of Photoshop, trying to tighten up a photo. That's very nice. What is this? Huh. Right. Progress-wise, we're doing rather well at the moment. Now over a third of the way into the trip. Quick check of ATC. There is nobody near us. Amsterdam's currently active, but we are nowhere near Amsterdam. And, well, the sun is now setting on the cockpit, and you can see the lighting now starting to shine onto that. Very nice, hopefully. Yeah, I like that. Just put my phone on charge, could do with a little bit of a kick. Yeah, very standard interior this in the 7.3. In fact, when I flew in July 2018, this here was my seat. Very back row, very back of the plane, right by the window. I was lucky to get a ticket on this flight in the first place, I will admit. So again, for those who don't know the story, in July 2018, I went to Finland for the first time, go meet some friends and go have a good time. 2 days before my flight was due, actually no, the night before my flight was due, my passport went missing. I kept it in a little pack, but it went gone. I checked the guy's place I was staying at. I checked my friends. I got my friend's parents to look around the house as well, have a quick look, see if it was anywhere. But yeah, nobody could find it, and I was in Finland the night before my flight without a passport. Ouch. So I went online. I declared that my passport was missing, and through the British Embassy in Helsinki, applied for emergency documentation home. It was a Friday night, and so there was no way they could sort me out until at least Monday. My friend who I was staying with had a friend in Helsinki who needed who had a sofa for me to sleep on, basically in Helsinki, close to the embassy. That allowed me to stay put for a couple of days. That fortunately went well. I went to the embassy on the Sunday morning. They had all my documentation. That was all fine, and so I spent the rest of Sunday just doing whatever. Monday morning, I get a phone call. Your documents are now ready. Please can you come to the embassy whenever you're available and you can pick them up. Very good. On Tuesday, I then went to on Monday, I then started to check for flights. There was a flight on the Wednesday that I was looking at for £100 and something, £130 I think it was, British Airways to Heathrow. But I looked at the Monday morning, and price goes down to £99 on the Norwegian flights. So I booked that, and just randomly allocated seat, whatever, I need to get back to the home. There was only one other seat available, and that was the middle seat here. This was the only empty seat on the airplane after I'd booked. So I got the window seat, there was another guy who sat on the outer seats, and I just about got myself home without breaking the bank too much. In all, I think, for an extra 3 days, plus flights, plus the emergency documents and all that, I got about £190, so not terrible. I expect it to be much higher, much worse. And so that all came to plan, and I managed to get myself home without any problems. There is a video on it where I go into a lot more detail, and that video is this one. Let me drop it in the chat for you guys if you want to give it a watch. And that video there is the story of the time I lost my passport. Well worth a watch. Well worth a watch. I think it's one of my proudest videos, where guys can actually kind of get a sense to initially the fear I had over what was going on, and then as soon as I kind of calmed down and started creating a plan for myself, how easily things went after that. And again, the Finnish people, during that entire ordeal, I grew a massive love for. They may all be introverts, but they are some of the kindest people you'll ever meet. Let's increase our speed a little bit, shall we? We've got plenty of fuel for it. We're cruising altitude right now, 310, that's no problem. Yes, hello Kevin as well, hello More Games. I never said hello to you guys in my story. How are you both doing today? Currently, we are going to be over the North Sea. progress-wise, not too bad, because again, we're only going to Copenhagen, so we're not going to fly over any of the other Scandic countries. As soon as we taste the land, Denmark, we just pretty much go straight into a descent. I'm going to do emergency while in flights. Well, emergencies are set to random, so at some point, probably. I've been fortunate not to have any of that just yet. There is one flight that I did have an emergency in. That's back in my FSX days, and that was when I did. What was it? It was in a SCAT CRJ 700 flying to David the Builder Airport. I departed and I had an engine failure immediately in the left engine. Had to do the impossible turn and bring the aircraft back into land again when doing a 180 basically. So I have had emergencies in the past, and there's a good chance I will have them again in the future. So far, so good. It's been a decent flight at the moment, and the clear skies, clear weather has made things a lot easier for me, I must admit. Just watched the Lost Passport video. Like I say, well worth a watch, especially if you want to learn a little bit more about the process that gets involved whenever someone does lose their passports. Fortunately, I was in an EU country. I was in Finland, so the process is a lot easier than, say, if I was in a non-such country. So there are two kind of foreign entities within a country. You can have an embassy, and you can have a consulate. Now, an embassy is a mutual kind of thing. So a country will have an agreement with another country. They have a building in the other country's shared, and essentially it's a nice open free communication, which makes life a lot easier for both ends. And likewise, any issues that do come around, embassies usually are in hands to resolve them. Then you have the consulates, which are a little more limited in that a country will have permission to have a building in the other country, and any issues and diplomatic problems that do occur will get managed through a consulate, but paperwork, documents, agreements and treaties are a lot more limited in terms of how far you can go and how much you can do. So an embassy to get an emergency documents, especially within an EU country, like nothing. You go in, you sign the documents, you prove that you are who you are. Pro tip: always take a scan of your passport, a photocopy, a photo, anything you got. If you ever lose it, it is a surefire way to get this process fast-tracked, basically. So, yes, always get your documents photoed. Consulates, you have to do a lot more paperwork. You have to actually go into the building to prove who you are, and get all your documents signed and all that. I mean, in Finland, I just did it all online. It was easy. Welcome, Finnies. How are you doing? And then if you're in a country where there is no consulate or embassy, then you are in a whole load of fun. Because essentially, you're in a foreign country without any proof of you are who you are. You can't travel internationally because you need a passport in order to do that. And so, the only way you can really do it is you go through the police. You go to the police, you inform that you lost your passport, and then you're at the hope that the local government will then allow you free travel into a country that has got a consulate or embassy, or free travel back to your home originating country to get your paperwork sorted. And yeah, it's a lot more complicated, a lot more process, a lot more expensive, and you're at the grace of whatever country you're stuck at. Which is why, again, another option, have a backup passport. I don't know too much about backup passports myself, but I know that they do exist and they are around, so maybe worth looking into at some point myself in the future. On the other hand, don't lose your passports. Travel to another country all you want. Don't lose your documents, and you'll be living life just fine. How long do we land? We land at around 20 past 8, so 30 minutes until touchdown. 30 minutes for me. Right now, over the North Sea still. Next time we see land will be when we enter Denmark, around where that Amram point is. So, potentially in a very distant horizon you could probably see some land. There's just that one tiny little hill there. But, still a little bit off until we hit anything at the moment. But yeah, so far this flight's been, like I say, relatively grand, no problems at the moment. And aircraft's doing a very fine job at flying. The sun has completely set now. We are at the mercy of the sunsets of the night. I'm expecting, well, there might be a little bit of light visible on the horizon, a little sliver on the edge. Don't expect too much to come through it. Good luck. Thank you very much, Matty. How are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chats. And also our first ever Facebook chat. Like I said, I hope that it does stay with me, the Facebook streaming, because it's a nice way to expand the channel a little bit, as well as get your video out into different groups without just dropping a YouTube or Twitch link. But we'll see what Restream do in the future, given that YouTube Gaming is now the now that Mixer is shut and everything got pushed over to Facebook. It'll be an interesting way to see how things go. Right. All the landing stuff now just appearing there on the edge. Not terribly long now until we start our descent. Can we do a Ryanair from Manchester to Stansted? Is that a route Ryanair offer? Manchester. I don't think it is, I'm afraid. United Kingdom. No, the only flights that Ryanair offer from Manchester is Belfast. And if there's one thing on this channel I try and strive for, it's realism to the highest level. So, unfortunately, if it's not a flight that exists in the real world, it's not a flight I'll be doing myself, I'm afraid. I need some of this lighting as well. Let's have a play around. Chroma key. Oops, no. It's not chroma key I wanted, sir. I wanted colour correction. Like I said, it's new system setup, so at the moment my things are looking a little bit off, and so a little bit of adjustments in the settings just to make it look better. I'll do that on 0. Ooh, there we go. That's, yeah, we'll go like that. A little bit of adjustments. In fact, take away a tiny bit of colour. Be the lights affecting that. Perfect. So I look pink now. Yeah, that's my natural skin colour. Just letting you know, guys. This is the filters off option. Needs a little bit of life in. That'll do. So that's original, and that is tweaks to make myself look a bit more normal. I like that. So we'll copy filters, and we'll just stick it in all the other chats quickly as well. So train sim, we'll paste it in. General gameplay, we will. Oh, things already lost actually, because it's a reference. Yes, it is. Cool. See how the gameplay stuff as well. So FS gameplay, packs, copy filters. We'll stick it in the train sim one. And same for general. It's a bit naughty, especially when I'm playing game defaults, tweaking the lighting a little bit. But ultimately, if you want to make a game look good, default lighting and a lot of stuff always need a little bit of playing with. So X-Plane, for example, if I go to here, this is default X-Plane lighting. It's not the best in the world. Well, it is realistic, but certainly not the most interesting to look at. I can then turn the filter back on again. It kind of brightens up things a little bit and just makes it a lot more visually appealing. And so I like it like that. I mean, for me, flight's meant to be super realistic, super accurate to what it is in real life, but for you guys watching, I need to make it as good a viewing experience as possible, and so if tweaking the lighting can make it better, then absolutely we'll make it better. Right, next waypoint coming up now. I'm back. You can start to see Denmark on the horizon. Top of the descent's not terribly far away now, so that'll start catching up to us. And yeah, we'll be ready to set to land. Log into Twitch on the new system as well. There you go, so sun has now set, lighting's starting to die away now, and there's not much left for the day today. Beautiful, just beautiful. There's a lot that I love about X-Plane. It's really tough that... Yeah, it is tough that whenever a new simulator platform comes out, it's difficult to let go. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is going to be a revolutionary step in flight simulation future, but I've now invested a lot more into X-Plane that it's going to be hard to let go of it all. P3D I don't think I'm going to keep for much longer. That sim is pretty much over for me, I'm afraid. But we'll see. We'll see how X-Plane goes on in the future. Remember, I was using FSX regularly until like 2 years ago. A lot of people completely transitioned to P3D or FS or X-Plane long before then, but I held on to FSX for dear life until it just became so unusable I couldn't do it anymore. I could convince myself that the lagging was just normal, but no, not anymore. Nowadays I use a game super laggy. I can just think back to my old days on my old computer, like, what was I thinking? This was usable? Look at my shelf as well. I've got the PMDG 737 box form. I've got the PMDG 777 in box form. I installed it. I never streamed it once. I never flew it once. I had it on the system. I loaded it up maybe here and there, but I never did a full flight in it. Best 60 quid I ever spent. But it's still nice to have on the shelf and to have a PMDG product. I've got the 737 in GXU. Welcome, Dest Shrewbury. How you doing? Welcome to the chat on Twitch. At some point, one day, I will do a flight and it's a blast from the past. FSX no add-ons, but we'll see. Can I fly into a building or something? Probably not today, my friends. Probably not today. How you doing, Bombastish25? How are you doing today? So far so good with this flight. Are you excited for 2020? Absolutely. Absolutely. Ooh, here comes Denmark actually. We're very close to the border now. Yeah, since that sim first got revealed, I actually cried. When I first saw the trailer for it, I cried. I won't hide it, there was a tear. I was out with some friends at the pub, had a few drinks, got a message from my brother. Hey, Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming back, and there's a link to a video. I'm just thinking, no, this ain't right. No Microsoft Flight Simulator has been out for 13 years. They're not going to do one now. Surprise, surprise, it's a fantastic trailer. The world looks fantastic. Oh, I'm in love with it. Oh, it's very quick. Yeah, so I've been following it very close since. I played it at XO19 when Microsoft did its game show in November. When Microsoft did its game show in November in London, when I first heard Flight Sim was going to be there, I booked a ticket, I took a day off work, and I went. What gear am I using? I'm using the Thrustmaster HOTAS Warthog. So I've got the HOTAS Warthog stick, I've got the HOTAS Warthog throttle. Expensive, but well worth it. Welcome Steve, how you doing? Welcome Chow, welcome to the chat. Yeah, I played at XO19, I interviewed the developers there as well. It was a great event, must say. I've got a couple of patches from the event as well somewhere. Where are they? I always misplace them, I don't know why. I put them down and then they just disappear. I'm fairly sure they're in the box in front of me, but I don't want to dig into that. Very strange. But anyway, I've got 3 patches somewhere. It's going to annoy me now. I've got 3 patches from the events. And, yeah, just so far, very excited. You got the Logitech X56. That's not bad. The Logitech X56. Yeah, it's a decent bit of kit, that. Couple of years old, so is the HOTAS Warthog, but it's a nice one to have. It's not too bad with the stiction, not too bad with the gears as well. Definitely don't break too often. What do I think of yokes? Personally, I'd like a yoke, but I don't have the desk space to have one. I like yokes because I'm more of a Boeing person myself over Airbus. And so, for example, I mean, right now I'm flying a 737, I'm flying with a stick. I'd love to use a yoke, but I don't have the space for a yoke, so I have to make do without. At some point, whenever I get the space to properly do a yoke, I will do. I'm not sure if I'll do honeycomb. I'm not sure if I'll do something other. How until descent? Descent is in not very far. There's a page somewhere. I've forgotten the page. There we go. 37 miles in 4 minutes. 4 minutes till descent. Can I talk 750? No, thank you. Not today. Where are the patches? very odd. They really have just gone poof into thin air. Slightly annoying as well. I'll find them. They turn up usually, like most things, when you're not looking for them at the very last minutes. Also need to return that to my father as well. I'll do that today. Nope, they've gone. Alright, let's get ready for our descent now. So we need to be at 3,000 for the intercept. So I'll sit out at 3,000. As soon as we hit, we'll switch on the VNav and we'll let the aircraft guide us down both in speed and altitude. Current speed right now is 304 knots airspeed, so Mach 0.82, ground speed 478 knots. Airspeed 304 at Mach 0.82, ground speed 478. Altitude, flight level 310, 31,000 feet. Still a little bit of lights behind us. Just about trailing, but nothing really going to cover us anymore. Nope. No idea. Right. You're offline, BB. Oh, landing speed. Landing speed today, I'm not too sure yet. We'll do 30 flaps. It'll be 135 knots. 135 today. There we go. Start our descent, shall we? If it hasn't started descending, then we'll force it. Sometimes it doesn't like descent for some reason, but if you could let it know what you want, then it will start to do it.
Customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for presentation upon arrival.
Right. Not long to go now. We'll switch back to VNav and we'll let that do the rest of the descending for us. We are over Denmark at the moment. Soon to start hitting the waters again. Yeah, I mean, I love the flyby camera mode. We could also look at it from the ground as well, but it's not too much more than just a flashing light behind a tree. Thank you very much. There we go. Not anymore. There we go. It's a beautiful simulator X-plane. There is an airport also just ahead of us there as well. Not our one though. Around 20,000, we'll turn on the seatbelt sign, get passengers back into their seats. Airport's not very far away from us now. Let's program our runway. So it's 108.9. 108.9. Course is 299 up. We are not squawking 7500, thank you very much. Now, the co-pilots let's have a quick look. So now going down to 12,000 by Tango November Oscar, TNO. 209 by Tepsi in 4 miles. So essentially once we get to that waypoint Tepsi, seatbelt sign comes on and we'll start the preparation for landing. We have set, we've programmed our course and ILS frequency, so finding the runway won't be any problem for us. There's a very weird green light for some reason shining on the left hand panel there. Is that from the tablet? I think it might be. Yeah, that's the red wing light on the left hand side, so I think that actually might just be the tablet lights, but it doesn't quite know how to deal with it when it's turned off. Very interesting. Alright, seatbelt signs come on please. Set the auto braking to 2. It's a medium sized runway. 10,000 foot, so yeah. Braking set to 2. some reason it does like that map mode as a reflection. No matter what you select, that map is always the reflection. Very strange. Passing through 15,000. We'll set to 10,000. We'll turn on the landing lights. We'll also turn on. Just want to check something for 2 seconds. What's going on with the path there? That's better. Yeah, we'll do a bit of manual vectoring actually to get us a better angle into the runway. The path it gave us was a bit iffy at best, so we'll do a bit of manual vectoring in a couple moments. Spin the aircraft around, bring it into land. Weather up as well for landing. Still a few clouds at 2,800, which means the runway might not be visible to us until short final. 60 knot winds, 250. I'm not sure if the winds. I'm not sure if there are no winds or if just that's not working at the moment. We'll see what it's like when we land. Because 60 knots is not light by any means. 1013 QNH. Aircraft has slowed down now to 250 knots, so as soon as we hit 10,000, we'll be able to go straight into descent there. So we're holding at 12,000 now for another 15 miles. Expected arrival set to 1 hour 30 to 33 minutes, so we're nice and early today. And taxiing into the runway, I'm not expecting too much either. That's not the airport there. Copenhagen Airport is somewhere a bit more distant. Where that dark patch is, I believe. What airport is that? That is Romeo Kilo. That is a military base. There we go. Has found something, the navigation modes. So as soon as we switch over to ILS, we'll be able to go straight into that. Oop, there you go. Airport's just appeared, right where that dark patch was. So we're landing on runway 30, which is the shorter runway. Goes right down the middle there. We're going to, let's say, do a bit of manual vectoring once we do get close enough, so we get a better alignment on the glide slope. But nothing too crazy. We'll wait until it gets to this descent point first, just so we can carry on with the VNav. There we go. Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing. 10 minutes. So, cabin crew now do their final descent announcements very shortly. At this point, we shall go on to heading select mode. And we'll fly past the airport.
We have begun our final descent into Copenhagen. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed
And
and
lights
seats are in the full upright
active.
position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seatback
Logo
pocket or
lights
under the
active.
seat cushion. Please
I mean, there's not really
complete
much of a
all
logo
Wi-Fi
there.
passing
This is
show
the...
any larger electronic
As this is Norwegian UK, there's no tail heroes on their aeroplanes. No faces for us to admire today. If you're on any of the other Norwegian air services, then you do get the tail heroes, including Norwegian Brazil. Yes, that was a thing. Norwegian Airlines Brazil. No longer operates. They sold them off to another airline. I think it was GOL actually they sold the Brazilian division to. Just made that final turn a bit easier for me as well. Just before we do this turn, we'll also start doing the flaps as well. Start slowing down basically at the last minute. Currently at 8,000, descending nice and slowly. We're going to be flying past the bridge as well. There's a random, well, it's not really random, but basically there's a bridge. It's a tunnel. So the motorway goes underneath the ocean. Then it actually comes back over land again. So it appears over the water for a short period before going back underwater again and appearing out the other side. It's a really strange concept, but really awesome to see videos of people driving along it. Perhaps one day I'll do it myself as well, but you start off underneath the water, and you appear over the water before going back in again. It's crazy. There's the airport. Passing through 6,500. Oops, something went ding there. Drag required. Not yet. Not just yet. Final check. Make sure there's no active control tower at the moment, which there is not. Altimeter set. So I didn't buy X-Plane on Steam, because I have run it as a non-Steam program, because I just love the native Steam screenshot tool. X-Planes is alright, shift space, but there's something about the Steam one which is just so perfectly tuned. You can see the preview of it pop up as well. Welcome Aviation Roblox, how are you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Course right on final descent at the moment. Not long now to make a left hand turn, fly downfield and come into land. Well, we're flying downfield right now, so left hand turn and come into land. Back to the runway, of course. Of course. Right, so bring our flaps down to 2. Let's hit that LNAV button once again. We'll announce that we are set to land, runway 23. Don't know why I said 230 there. Flaps 5. Sorry, flaps 10. No, flaps 5. 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 35. What is it? Yeah, 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 40. There we go. We'll set on the VOR localizer. Boats. Yes, it is. That an aircraft carrier? Ooh, do we divert to the aircraft carrier and land on that? I know X-plane carrier landing is always a bit of fun. Flaps 10.
Thousand to go.
Got a left-hand turn right about now. Do you think your friend can play X-plane with an AMD Ryzen? A Ryzen 3. It is possible. He can do. Just don't run it all in maximum spec. Turn down some of the graphics settings a little bit, and then you should be alright to run it. Get it down. Cabin crew, please be seated for landing.
Okay.
Alright, so got a landing clearance. We're a little high at the moment, so we'll send the aircraft down a little bit. Okay, bring it in manually. So we're a little bit high, but nothing that we can't adjust ourselves. A little bit of descending. We'll leave the auto throttle on a tiny bit longer. Lights Copenhagen and nights, you love it. It's a beautiful city, it really is.
2500.
Yeah, I should turn approach mode on a little bit earlier than I did, but not a biggie. Coming back to the glide slope now. Use diamonds to guide us in. Welcome, Matt. How you doing?
1,000 feet stabilized, Mr. Perch altitude set.
So I'd see you join us on Facebook, on YouTube now. Alright, we're a short final at this point. 1,000 feet, we're all the on manual. A little bit, we'll cut off the auto throttle, and we'll do the rest ourselves. No winds at the moment. It's perfect flying conditions. Joins right in the right moments, of course. Welcome, Barlio, how you doing? Welcome to the channel, welcome to the chat. Auto throttle off. A little high, so we just pitch it down a little bit more.
100.
Welcome back, Steve, right at the last moments.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
And reverse throttle set. Reverse thrust cut. And then we'll take this right hand taxiway here to leave 1.8 Gs, 241. That was a standard enough landing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Copenhagen. The local time is
Start the APU.
10:37
Taxi lights
PM,
on.
and it's currently about 15 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please
Flaps
remain
come
seated
up.
until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead
And
bins
for
item
taxiway,
during the flight. If this is your final destination,
into
we thank you for
terminal,
flying with us.
we'll be using one of
If
these
you're making a connection,
right ahead
we encourage
plus
you to check
there.
your itinerary to ensure a
Actually, it's a
safe
bit further on
completion
the
of your
low-cost
journey.
terminal, so we'll head over to that. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you very much, Aviation Roblox. Thank you very much, Barlio. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll do the replay for landing as well, so don't go anywhere just yet. We'll have a look at the landing both from the passenger point of view, as well as the interior as well. We'll clear that. Spoilers, make sure that they've retracted. It's a bit of a hard time there, not focusing on the outsides. I mean, they don't expect us for another 15 minutes, so we're definitely early at the moment, which is a very good sign to see. We'll make a left turn here, and then straight in. Gonna see back takeoff, see in a minute. Oh, right, no worries, man. See you in a moment. Yeah, takeoff for Gatwick, pretty standard, nothing really miss over there. You're in Sydney and have to work. No worries, man, take care. I'm back from work myself. Hopefully I have to go in for a little bit longer, aka tomorrow. I mean, as of Monday, I am now back in the office, so no longer working from home. As far as I'm concerned, I am completely back to reality. No more things are cancelled, no more things out of the way. Stands Charlie 35 will do. Do you think FSX is good? Because you chose to buy it tomorrow, never played it. Can FSX keep up with XP11? No, I wouldn't say FSX these days is worth it. If you're looking for a simulator, wait 3 weeks, get Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I mean, actually, I'll take it back. FSX is not a bad platform by any means. It's just dated, it's just old. And so if you're looking for modern stuff, FSX is not the way to go. Have I played in Australia? In real life, no. In stream, yes I have. 3-4 weeks ago, I did a charity live stream where I did the QF8s and 9 flights. So I flew from London Heathrow to Melbourne. Sorry, London Heathrow to Perth, and then Perth to Melbourne. That was a charity stream. It took me 23 hours in total. It was a long day to say the least, but well worth it. Well worth it. Raised a lot of money as well for a good cause. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Copenhagen. The local time right now is 11:15, and the local temperature outside is 15 degrees centigrade. We thank you for flying Norwegian Airlines today, and we hope to see you with us again in a future flight. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check. Right, so turn off the fuel pumps. The jet bridge would operate, but again, this is a default airport, so nothing that's going to operate for their standard. Aircraft shut down, passengers will start deboarding shortly, and the flight will then come to an end. Also, you turn off the... where is it? That is off, isn't it? Strobe lights. Anti-collision, that makes sense. That's better. Much better. Do you know when Train Sim World 2 is coming out? Great stream. Train Sim World 2 comes out on the 20th of August, so 3 weeks to go. Flight Simulator comes out on the 18th, Train Simulator on the 20th. It's going to be a very, very busy week for me, that, especially with streams and all that. Alright, well, let's deboard the passengers. Let's get everything over with. So, end the flights. Slightly ahead of schedule. Recommend it work. Totally tell your friends about it. Yeah. All good. All dandy. This ends the flight on Project's Fly, so we'll complete the flights. Very is a strange route that we've taken. Very north. And then afterwards, we'll disconnect from IVAO. Let's have a look at this replay, shall we? So come back to short final. Oops. It's going to be the XP Realistic playing around. Right. We'll look at the right hand side window since that's where all the interesting stuff is happening. So currently over the water. Got nothing to look at outside. In a couple of moments we'll see the coast, which goes straight into an airport. We'll then hold the terminal and facilities just on the right hand side as well. There we go. Very nice indeed. Spot on landing that. Let's look at it one more time for the external views. Oops, a bit too close. There we go. So the aircraft comes in. No real winds to worry about. A little bit of adjustment on the throttle as well. Enter the runway. And touchdown. Probably cut the throttle a little bit too early there, flares too early. But ultimately, not bad by any stretch of the imagination. And so, yeah, that is that. So, thank you guys for tuning in today. Saturday, we'll stream again Saturday morning. We'll do another flight sim stream. Not sure what route we'll do just yet, but we'll see what things look like going forward. Thank you all for watching today. I hope you'll have a great rest of your week. And I will hopefully see you guys again very soon. Take care. Have a grand rest of your week. Have a grand weekend if you're not tuning in on Saturday. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.